In the government's latest response,
You must stay at home.
Master of the house, doling out the charm.
It's very important that everyone
know that you are not alone.
So in this video, we're going to look at the nomenclature or naming of hydrocarbons. Now remember, hydrocarbons are the simplest of organic compounds. They have just carbons and hydrogens, either from a single carbon with 4 hydrogens to a chain. So that's what we're dealing with now. By the end of this, we want to be able to name a simple carbohydrate or hydrocarbon, sorry, not a carbohydrate, that's a different thing. We're going to name simple hydrocarbons, including branched hydrocarbons. That means there's a methyl group coming off the side. Also, by the end, you should totally be able to appreciate the sweet joke beneath this. So, vocabulary. Here is your vocabulary. If I get you to pause the video here, hit subscribe, why not? Give it a like. But also, write down any words you're going to need as you go through. And also, maybe make sure you've got a version of this table. You might already have this prior to now, but make sure you get something like that and you understand it as we move forward. Okay, so naming rules. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And we're looking at the suffix. The infix is a bit different because it's, we're dealing with hydrocarbons. So the suffix and the infix are kind of the same thing. And prefixes. So, identify the longest parent chain. Sweet as. It's got to contain the functional group. So if it's all single bonds, it's just the longest chain you can make. You can go down corners and stuff like that. If it contains a double bond, it must contain that double bond. Triple bonds, so forth. Contains maximum, yep, blah, blah. That's all sorted. That gives you the prefix, the word at the beginning. So it could be meth if it's 1, eth, prop, and so forth all the way down. We also want to identify the highest order functional group. Now that means is it an ene or an ine or an ane in our case. That gives the suffix, which is also the infix, and we'll get to that in a minute because that comes up again. So number the parent chain, which gives the lowest number, so the highest priority, the lowest number to the suffixes, to the functional groups. And if you have 2 functional groups in there, like so if it's a diene or a diine, you number it so that if you added all the numbers up together, like of the functional groups, they would be as low as possible. Okay, so lowest possible numbers. And that gives you the infix and ene. Now that's the part that repeats because we're talking about hydrocarbons. Later on, that'll be a different thing. So side chains are numbered and so they're the prefix at the beginning and they're given the ending YL. We add prefixes to that prefix again to indicate how many, or this to anything really. So if there's 2, becomes di, 3 tri, tetra, so forth. And we place the positional numbers before the indicator. Okay, so if it's the en for enes, you put it before that. If it's a methyl group, you put it before the methyl. And you number them so that the functional group, the important functional group, has the lowest possible number. All right, so here are our examples. At the top here, we have 3 carbons. All right, pretty straightforward. There's no double bonds, and that gives us propane. And we can number it in whichever direction you want. Next to us, however, we have either this way there are 3 or this way there are 3. It doesn't make a difference. And we number them 1, 2, 3 because, again, it doesn't matter. But the point is we need to know what number the methyl group here is, okay, because it's a side chain. So it's propane. We can work that out. Prop or prop. Ane because there's only single bonds. And 2-methyl because we can see that this comes off the 2nd carbon. Then we come down here and we see that we have an ene in the middle. So we number it to give us our ene as lower possible value. It doesn't make a difference because it's in the middle. Either direction is going to give us 2 ene. And it's 4 carbon long, so it's butene. And that gives us but2ene. So we see we've got hyphens between letters and numbers. And over here, we shot ahead, we have a hept because there are 7 carbons and 2 triple bonds. So that means it's diine. Okay, and we number it so that we have the lowest possible. So if we go from the right to the left, we can end up with 2 and 4. That adds up to 6. If we go from left to right, we'd end up with 3, 5, which would give us 8. So this is the correct order. So it's hept diine, and it would be hept 2, 4 diine. And we'd write it like this, hept hyphen, because it's all one word, right? 2, 4 hyphen diine. The diine is a tricky one to look at. So if you have any questions, team, put them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with everything we're doing. And yeah, we'll get back to you as quick as we can. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.